brought something I wanted to show everyone. I was in the park yesterday and a guy drew me, and this is the drawing. And I love his artistic vision, you know? And I love his commitment to including my giant rack. So I just wanted everyone to see. That's it, no joke. Wearing a baggy sweatshirt, so, you know. Boys, no, just kidding. Crazy day in the park. I also saw a guy, he had a sign that said, homeless and hungry, followed by his Venmo and Cash App usernames. I love the innovation, first of all. And that's apparently a thing. My friend said, she's like, oh, I saw someone with that too. I love this for the homeless community. Just because you can't afford rent in the most expensive city in the world doesn't mean you shouldn't have access to TikTok, right? That's a basic human right. But it did leave me thinking, like, okay, he bought the phone, he got a data plan, he has a bank account because he had to connect something to the Venmo and Cash App, right? At some point, at least once, I know for a fact, he was asked for a billing address. And I don't know when the last time you guys tried to leave off your billing address, they're not fucking with it, okay? God forbid you wrote Avenue instead of AVE. It's like, sorry, you can't get your Hanes t-shirts, you know? I wonder if he put, like, third bench from the right on the Brooklyn bound to L platform. That's my billing address. Nah, that's cool. I love that for him. We definitely need to start lying as a society, because I think like we're so fixated on honesty and transparency. It's toxic. You know, like I don't need to know every sick thought that crosses your mind. Like this girl the other day told me she doesn't want to have kids because she's afraid her child will grow up to become a school shooter. That's insane. That's an insane thing to share with someone who's not being paid. Okay? That's crazy. $75 minimum, $100 if you want me to like actually respond to that. And I'm not shaming her for not wanting a kid. That's valid. There's a million totally normal and perfectly valid reasons to not want a child. And she jumped straight to mass murder of children, you know? She could have looked at me and been like, I don't want to have a child because I don't want to get fat. And I would have been like, period, your body, your choice, feminist queen, you know? I would have celebrated that. It's a very common ideology among our generation, not wanting kids. I don't know if I want kids. I don't know if I can go 9 months without deli meat. That's insane. And sushi and weed? Oh my god, forget about it. It's torture. Torture. Maybe I just can't relate to her because I'm an excellent liar. I lie all the time. It's one of my many talents. And I'm not like a pathological liar. I just tell a little white lie here and there to like get me out of trouble, make me seem more interesting and cool. Yeah, I can tell a few. Like I love to tell boys that I'm not like other girls. I'm like every girl. Anytime I'm running late for something, I'm always like, oh, those trains, New York, so unpredictable. I just didn't want to leave my apartment, I took a shower, and then I made a snack. So I took 30 minutes later than planned. Or someone's like, what are you doing this weekend? Got crazy plans? I'm like, oh, it's gonna get crazy. And said plans are me just like sucking the life out of a dab pen and going down a 4-hour YouTube rabbit hole on like glass making. That's been really cool lately. I like some conspiracy, some space stuff. Or I'll just crank out like 5 to 6 hours of Love Island UK. Anyone? Love Island UK? Yes. Greatest show on television, okay? If you're not familiar with Love Island UK, it's a reality dating show out of the UK. There's an Australian and a US version too, but don't waste your time with that garbage. And basically they get a mansion and they fill it with hidden cameras that record 24/7 and a bunch of hot people. And that's it, and that's the show. It's brilliant. I can sit there and listen to them talk for days. And I do. There's 10 seasons of the show, and they each have about 70 episodes, so I'm pretty busy these days. They say things like fancy. I fancy ya. And if you're not familiar with the term fancy, it's basically a British term to be like, I'm super into you, I'm really attracted, we should go on a date sometime, maybe we should even fuck. And that's so efficient, right? One word to say all of that. We don't really have that here in the States, right? Like we have the word hot. Like, I think Mufasa from Lion King is hot. I don't want to like fuck him. different hot. I was gonna use Frozone from The Incredibles fact joke. You guys know Frozone? Yeah. You know Frozone? Where's my super suit? But then I was like, let's be real, Mariel, you would fuck Frozone. Like, lay the pipe, yeah. My friends have been asking me for relationship advice lately, which is hilarious because I've never been in a relationship, never even been close. So that's funny because I'm like, you're willingly coming to the most unqualified person for this. Like, it's like the blind leading the blind, but worse. It's like someone who just got LASIK getting a ride home from Helen Keller. I just helped my friend through a breakup, and she was like reflecting on the relationship and like coming up with all these like really sad things. Like, he was a horrible communicator, and he made me feel horrible about myself. He projected all these insecurities on me. And that's fun, because I can't relate to any of that, so I chime in the only way I know how. With things like, yeah, and he was balding too, and loser! Just kidding. You told me you were coming last minute today. I didn't have time to take that shit down, right? No, but she texted me the other day. She's on the other side of the breakup now. And she's like, Friday night, you and I, we're going out, we're getting drunk, we're looking hot, we're gonna flirt. And that type of text for me is like my own Batman symbol. You know what I mean? Like, me in my little black dress, that's the Dark Knight Rising, you know? I'm Batman, tequila is my Batmobile, because it can take me anywhere. And any guy wearing skinny jeans that has a blue raspberry vape that tells me I haven't lived until I've been to Tulum, that's my Joker. Thank you guys so much.